One of the strangest things that's ever happened to me here at Be My Best Friend happened in the last 12 hours, really. I used the Limerick yesterday. They sent it to me quite a while ago, and I've just been, I got a lot of pumps. I got a lot going on. I got the 4 kids. My biggest thing, and like why I haven't even opened up the Motif Aura yet, is because I don't feel like cleaning it to use it. So yesterday, I get the message from Limerick, like, hey, have you used our pump yet? And I was sitting at my table at my counter, and I had to pump. And I was like, and I sent her back. I says, I'll do it right now. I'll clean them. I'll do it right now. And I'll share all this. I have nothing to hide. So, and I know from like my previous knowledge of like their technology and then like, the babyation I've used, because that I did mention them in the messaging. That's why I'm going back on this now, just so like it's a full conversation for everyone to understand what happened. So I acknowledged to her like that I started using it, and I was like playing with the settings, trying to figure out like how to use it. And I sent it to her after looking down. I was like, oh cool, I'm collecting milk. So I sent her like, hey, it's working. And then I had expressed like, yeah, I know babyation like tried to use your technology, and they did miss the mark, which they absolutely did. You can watch all my babyation stuff on that. But that's not the point. I'm just like touching back on our conversation. So I have a successful session with the Limerick. And I expressed like in my Instagram stories, I expressed to them privately that I really liked it. I thought it was cool. I still like, not everything's 100%. I don't love everything. There's still a few things about it that I'm not unsure about. Like I have my suggestions, which of course I'll share. I want to use it more. But it works, and the technology is different. It compresses the nipple rather than pulls the nipple, and I have elastic tissue, and I'm pretty open about that. So when I pump, like even with my Lactec, which I love, my nipple still gets pulled in like a fair amount, but it's still comfortable, and I'm fine, and I pump. But it compresses the nipple rather than pulls the nipple. So I had expressed to Limerick that I'm not used to seeing my nipple not being pulled into a flange. So all said and done, like I had a private conversation with them, like nothing crazy, just like, I like it. And we were just like talking back and forth about the settings and such. And then I shared the picture from my story, which was just it all assembled. I put the faceplate back on the pump, and I put my cups in the cup holder because it comes with like these like built-in, like you can slide in these cup holders on the sides of the pump. So it's actually 3 pieces. And I took a picture and I talked about it. And apparently people are suggesting that it's staged. And I'm assuming that the people that think it's staged must not know who I am, because I've never staged anything in my life. Certainly not like that. That would just be obviously misleading and like just unethical, and I would never do something like that. So I'm a little caught off guard that someone would suggest that of myself, but such is life, and it's the internet, so we shouldn't be terribly shocked. I mean, I've got a few examples of stuff I know that's BS, but that's, again, neither here nor there. So let me just go ahead and clear the air and just show more. And then what I'm going to do, I have to pump. I pumped already this morning. I'm probably due to pump in like the next hour or two. So I might even get a little bold and just like share how it's pumping, because with the Limerick I can't get up and walk around, so I couldn't use it for the first pump of the day. I had to use something that I could like stay mobile with, and you could hook a rechargeable battery pack to the Limerick, but I just know it works for me and I didn't want to deal with it this morning. But I can certainly do it at my next session, and then I can share more, because to be suggested that I'm like some kind of fraud and like making things up is just insulting and is completely untrue. So let me go ahead and I'm going to share some of our conversations, like you'll see it play by play, and then I'll use it again shortly. And then if that's not enough, I mean, I can like take it to a park and we can meet and you can watch me pump, but it's cool. It does work. I guess that's it. You can see I put it there. I'm going to use it soon. It's crazy. It's crazy. If you're new to my community here at Be My Best Friend, know that I'm honest. If you're not new here, you should already know that I'm honest. So my guess is the people that were suggesting that it was falsified just don't know who I am, and don't know that I'm like not a BSer. So I don't know. That's all I got. I used it the one time. I wouldn't say it was a fluke. It worked really well. I didn't have to like work to get a letdown either. Like it wasn't like forced at all. It was very natural. It's a different technology. Maybe that's the holdup. People aren't like ready for a new technology. It's not even new. It's from 1997. That's how long Limerick has been around. But something that's different. Maybe people are just like doubting it. Honestly, I don't even really know. But it's completely true. I would never ever stage anything. It's terrible to even suggest. So I'll use. One other thing that I just want to put on the table, I have never received any kind of compensation in exchange for a review. It has absolutely been asked. Companies have asked me like, hey, how much for a review? Can I pay you? And I said, no, just send me the pump and I'll review it when I can. And if we want to make content with your pump, then we could talk about pricing. But I never, ever accept money in exchange for a review. I never have. And I never plan on it because when you start adding in money, that's when you start adding in all the rainbows and butterflies. And because you feel like you owe it to this company, they paid you. You have to make their product sound really good, right? Or maybe they made you sign something. All right, so we're all on the same page. I have the battery pack plugged into the Limerick. That is why it's on. Boom, off. Let me plug it back in blindly here. All right, there we go. There we go. I only used it for 20 minutes yesterday, so I have no hours accumulated yet. Take off the faceplate, and let's get started. Here we go. And these are one size fits all flanges. That's why you don't need to find your size flange. Someone had asked, like, what am I doing wrong? I can't find my size anywhere. You don't have to. They compress, they don't pull, so you can just use the one style flange. All right, so hello to you too. And then, okay, I'm going to turn my vacuum up. I'm going to turn this down to 20 because I think I was at 20 yesterday. 20, and then I liked it at, I'll go up to 35, 36, sure. All right, and then, all right, I'm starting to get a little, there we go. Hey, look, I'm not lying. Truth be told, I tell the truth. Here, you know what? What the hell? See, it's compresses. It doesn't pull. And that is what's neat about this. So with my other flanges, my nipple would like be being pulled like well into the flange. But because this is a compression style, it does not. When I get a good letdown, I'll show you again because it actually it expels quite a stream. So once I got a letdown, I turned my vacuum up a little bit. Oh, it keeps going out of focus. So there we go. So I did turn my vacuum up a little bit. I like the lower cycle, which is strange because I typically like the higher cycle in the other pumps that I use. Like the Opera, I like it higher. The Spectra SG, I like it higher. But with this, I actually like 20, which is not typical for me. So I turned my I turned my cycle down and I turned my vacuum up. And I got a letdown, and it's accumulating pretty quickly. Right now, it's really just a lot of drops. My other one, I'm getting a few more streams. Well, it stopped on that one. But this one's still going. So it is accumulating quickly. There we go, like a couple streams. But just a different technology, completely different feel than what we're used to, and in a very good way. So the one thing that I can say about this is it works. It's a different technology. I do like it. I don't know that I'm going to jump to using this as a primary, but I'll have a review on it eventually. I don't review something in 24 hours. I'm going to use this pump for a while before I give you my final thoughts because I personally am still dialing in the vacuum and cycle. I'm still not totally confident where I respond the best. I just know where I'm responding right now, and I know that with more use and just like honestly just more experience, I'll be able to give you a fair review. Yeah, when people, I know, like, I have a company bothering me right now, like, hey, just let us know when you're going to review. And I'm like, I haven't even unboxed it yet. And I'm not talking about Limerick, I'm talking about somebody else. And they're barking up my tree, like, every day. But even if I opened it, you're still going to wait to get a review because I don't turn something around in 24 hours. That is not legit. I need a few weeks, maybe a few months.